Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm Sade coming through to talk about what it means to have your natal moon in the sign of Aquarius. And if you have not seen any of my videos on your moon sign, how to find your moon sign, go ahead and check it out on my YouTube channel. And let's go ahead and dive into the natal moon in Aquarius. So, if you have this moon, you probably already know this, but this is not the easiest moon placement to have. It's not good, it's not bad, it just is what it is. However, I really understand this moon placement and enjoy this moon placement a lot because my moon is in the 11th house, which is the house of Aquarius. So I resonate a lot with this energy. Now, the moon is naturally feminine in nature, ruled by Cancer, which is cardinal. And cardinal just means how we initiate. The cardinal signs are initiators of movement and change. Aquarius is a fixed sign, it's masculine in nature, and it's also air. So, whenever we're dealing with air energy, we're dealing with the mind. So, you have a fixed air sign in a passive water feminine sector. So, these two energies already are kind of looking at each other confused. Like, how do we move from A to B when I don't even resonate with you? So, when you have your moon in the sign of Aquarius, these are people that can intellectualize, intellectualize, as well as think a lot about their emotions instead of actually feeling their emotions and allowing the emotions to just be. Now, of course, if you have water placements around your moon, this is going to be very different. But if you are a strong air person or just have air as well as earth or even fire around this, you like to think and process mentally your emotions, which can restrict your ability to feel intimacy with other people because intimacy requires a little bit of vulnerability, especially emotional vulnerability. And it's not to say that Aquarian moon folks are not emotional, they're human beings, but their first route is to not move into the water element. Their first route is to problem solve because these are the intellectuals of the zodiac. You know, they're the last air. Aquariuses are extremely intelligent and they're just able to process information quicker than most signs. And because they're able to process information quicker than most signs, they're able to see habits and to see the future. That's why they rule futuristic thinking, visionaries. They're able to see how something can continue in the future and how to advantage themselves in the present moment. So when you're dealing with your emotions, they're going to think about it and they're going to think about how to problem solve. They're going to think, well, why am I feeling this emotion? Is it necessary? Do I need it? How can I get rid of it? What is this for? Whereas if you are a person with a more water moon and more water placements, you're going to just sit in how you feel and be in that emotion. Because of this, and because Aquarians are very independent and very good at problem solving, they don't really allow a lot of people into that process, which can feel as if they are distant and detached, which is an element to the Aquarius sign, detachment. But it's not that they're detached necessarily, it's just an avenue that is a little bit uncomfortable for them. So there's really no knowing of how to proceed with being more mushy and more watery in how they feel and expressing that to others. Again, Aquarius is fixed. So how the energy is how the energy is. And if there's not a significant situation that happens in their life that forces them to have to be more open, it's going to take some time for them to kind of move into that sector. Nonetheless, it does not mean that these people are detached. They are very people oriented. They are lovers of their friends. These are people that need to be in a community and a group. So they're attached in the sense of wanting to connect with others, but they're detached in the sense of not needing emotional reliance on other people. These are very independent folks. Aquarius energy, especially if you have fire around this or earth, these are very independent folks. And because of their independence, it brings them to be a little bit detached. And a deeper reasoning to their detachment is these are folks who are very aware of themselves. Aquarians do not care to be anything else than themselves, especially if this is your moon. You instinctively need freedom, you need rebellion, and you need individuality. Oh my gosh. individuality in order to feel seen, in order to feel good, and just feel safe in who you are. So because these folks are pretty independent, they rely a lot on themselves. And it's not that they don't lean on others or care to lean on others. They're the ones that people are really looking for to lean on, because they are these problem solvers, and they are the ones that like to bring the community together. They are the tribe bringers, the tribe creators, and really the innovators of their own life in their own way. Now, with having an Aquarius moon, let's dive deeper into what that could mean on a maternal level, or your relationship with your mom. And this is something that I really resonate with a lot with having my moon in this 11th house. The relationship to your mother is very friendly, if positive, and it's detached. And what I mean by that is, you probably grew up with having a lot of community raise you. You probably grew up with being around a lot of mothers, a lot of fathers, right? Not in the sense of stepmothers and stepfathers, but people within your community help to raise you, because Aquarius rules community. It rules, being able to connect to people beyond just this communal area, but in the world, because it's the last air sign. So it takes things to an outer level. And that's, on a side note, that's another reason why these beings can be emotionally detached. Because in order to really connect with all these different peoples from different communities and tribes and backgrounds, you can't be too emotionally invested with everyone, because that's going to drain you and distract you, which is very big for these signs to feel that emotions can sometimes feel more of a distraction than they're in the head, than being productive in the way they like to do things. But going back to the mom, these folks had many people raise them. They know the importance of community, and their relationship with the mother is not that emotionally indebted, but the connection is there and the relationship is there, because Aquarius is a relational sign. Another thing to really take into consideration about Aquarius moon folks is they were either brought up in traditions that they didn't care about, or that might have worked for them, or maybe didn't have much traditions at all, because Aquarians like to rebel. So if any rules are implemented on these folks that they do not believe in their core fully exemplify who they are as people, they're not going to follow them. And they're going to tread their own path and create their own way of being, their own way of moving. And you really just have to, with Aquarius energy, just deal with it, love them, or leave them alone. Either way, these moon folks are so stable in who they are as people and as individuals, and don't really feel the need to have to change who they are in order to be a part of a group. They are the group. They are this is who I am. This is what makes me an individual. And I'm going to connect to my tribe rather than going against who I am to become a part of some other tribe. And when I say tribe, I just mean community and group of people. So that's what I have for Aquarius moon folks. Challenging moon to have, but such an eccentric, amazing, and communal moon. And these folks are really friendly. They just have a very restricted time of expressing their emotions and opening up on a vulnerable level and an intimate level with many folks. So that's all I have for Aquarius moon. We will be back for Pisces moon for my next video. Thanks, y'all.